Yeah, you're gonna be commentating this first one.
It's honestly easier not to wear.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I just did something.
All right, welcome to the second day of the International Kettlebell Games 2013. We're about a minute away from getting underway. This is Garrin Clark, and on the mic right now I have Maureen Dujardin. What's happening?
Good morning, good morning.
So I can't even hang out.
No,
because,
you gotta go, man.
I gotta go.
You gotta go get your space.
So it's all yours. This is your area now.
It's my thing. Get it, man.
All right.
Get it. All right, so platform 1 we have Garrin Clark. Number 2 is Erika Crawford. Number 3, Colin Thompson. Number 4 is Aissa. Turkish get-ups are the first event this morning. Everybody's settling in. Waiting for our counters and our judges to get ready. So the goal with the Turkish get-ups is to get through these weights as quickly as possible. You get a 5-minute cap on time. You have to lift the weight with each hand. So if the competitor starts with the right hand first, right hand up with the first bell, left hand. Here we go. It's all about time today. Garrin's already made it through the first bell. Erika's working through hers. Colin going through his. Speedy, speedy, speedy. Everybody's looking strong, looking good. Incredible strength here today. Bells flying everywhere. They're trying to get through it as fast as they can. 45 seconds in and Garrin's already on the 70. Erika's got the 35 up, the 16 kilogram bell. This is where it starts to sit in. Bells are getting heavier. We're just over a minute. These guys are going through these like crazy. Minute 15. This is a complete body exercise. This Turkish get-up. It works everything. It works the core, it works the legs, works the arms, the shoulders. It's all about technique on this. Guys are looking strong.
Yeah.
That's a warning, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's a warning.
2 minutes in. Oh, Erika. Erika's got to do that rep over. She dropped the bell. But she's doing good. She's doing good. Garrin got through his in 2:23 all the way up to the 80-pound bell. 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Colin's getting the 70 up. He's got it. He's got it.
Come on, come on.
Erika's at the 53. Colin's got the 70. Nice job for Colin. Aissa's working on the 53.
Great job.
Garrin's done. Erika's almost done.
That's it, Aissa. Come on now. Come on now. Come on, Colin. Come on, Colin.
A lot of strength here, guys. This is important stuff. Wow. Incredible stuff here today. First thing in the morning, and these guys are getting it.
Come on, hold it. You're right.
317, Aissa. Erika, look at you go. Good job.
Very nice.
Erika's got the 62 coming up next.
Get the 62, you got it.
Come on, here we go.
Minute and a half left.
All right, you've done it before. Come on, Erika. Breathe, make it happen.
Good, you guys.
Clean, Colin. Take your time. Clean.
And the point with this is to really strategize your energy here, your strength. If it's not a good rep, take a couple seconds rest so you can get the bell up. Yep. Erika's taking a little bit of recovery break. She's got a minute left. 1 minute left. Take some time to recover so you can get a good rep. You don't want to have to waste any energy on a bad rep and have to do it over. It's all about strategy, technique. Colin's looking strong.
There you go.
Erika's got 30 seconds. Try it again. She'll get it. Aissa got the 62 up, both hands. Erika's strong. Here she goes. This is her second attempt with the 62. That's it for this first round. Got a 5-minute break. Second flight's next.
right, I'm back. So I was in the first flight, lane 1. In regards to my own performance, my all-time best was 2 minutes. So the day I think I posted up 2:22, so I wasn't completely happy with that. But you know, some of my transitions from the 70s to the 80s could have been a little bit better. But I'll tell you, once you start getting into those big bad boys, you know, sometimes you might just have to take a little extra break to assure that you're going to get the kettlebell up. Because the one thing you don't want to do in this is approach your kettlebell, pick it up, knowing that you can't hit the rep, because that could end up costing you about 30 seconds. So always make it count when you're hitting this. So in this heat right now, we got Leroy, pro, in 1. We have Michael Axtell in 2. Janice Looney in 3. Shawn Gregory on 4.
5 seconds.
And we're underway. So far, very smooth. I suspect that Leroy's going to put up a very, very, very good time. The bigger, stronger athletes have a little bit of an advantage in this one. Because to them, those 80s could end up feeling the same as the 35s, you know, very light. Little guy like me, boy, that's a big difference. Leroy's really, really fast right now.
Good. Great job, Leroy. Good.
It's looking great. 48 seconds in. We're at the 62s now. Looks like Michael's turned the other way. Probably because maybe he let up with the left arm. Janice is looking fantastic. Amateur division. I know in practice she's actually been able to get a 62-pounder up with her right hand. So let's see if she can pull that off today. It's always a little bit different when you're under the strains of competition. But everybody's looking fantastic. Leroy's looking super duper duper fast. Super duper fast.
Flex that core.
Good. Good. Oh yeah, he's gonna have a phenomenal time. Phenomenal time. Boom. Man, 156. Fantastic time. All right, so Michael Axtell is now in the 70 pounds. Turkish getup, he's looking very, very strong. Amateur division still doing fantastic with that. Janice is on the 53-pounder or 24 kilogram. I'm telling you, that is some diesel strength for a young lady whose body weight's about 134 pounds-ish. All right, then all the way over to lane 4, we have Shawn Gregory, who's actually manipulating the 62-pound or 28-kilogram kettlebell.
Great timing, everyone.
All right, Michael is approaching the 80. Once again, you'll notice some people, especially the smaller guys, we're going to take a little bit more time when we get to that last one because we want to ensure that we get a good rep in. Strong. Man, it looks very strong, very solid, great technique. And that's the cool thing about the Turkish getup. You have so many different techniques of getting up. The basic rule for this to make a legit rep is you have to have your arm locked out and above your head most of the time. Some people will get up in a squat style. Some people will get up in like a bridge style. Some people will get up just using their skeleton and anatomy, constantly making sure their hips are underneath them. And Michael goes clean with the 80s and makes it through. Clean set, very nice. In the amateur male division, you might not see that too often, so that's a true testament to his strength, very strong. All right, so here we are with about a minute 15 seconds left. Shawn is at the 80, and he's looking fantastic. I talked to him earlier and I asked him if he had ever used or gotten to actually done that 80-pound Turkish get-up, and he had said no. So for him, obviously the competition, the adrenaline running, and he's excelling. Janice trying to get that 62-pounder. She's gotten it. All right. She's got just enough time to probably try one more time. Man, Shawn looks fantastic. And boom, another one. Clean set. Finished in about 4 minutes and 21 seconds. I don't know if Janice is going to attempt another one. She's got about 30 seconds, so it can be done. You can actually get up and down in 7 seconds, but when it's a heavier bell and a smaller athlete, that's most likely not going to happen. She's trying hard, and nope, that's it. Great effort out of flight 2. Fantastic effort, I must say, with Leroy kicking out that minute 56 seconds. Yeah, that's going to be the time to beat today in the pro division for sure.
John, Debbie, Terri, and Derek.
All right, so in flight 3, we have John Lesko, who had a great performance day yesterday. He actually destroyed it in the jerks, putting up 65 reps in 5 minutes. That was fantastic. He's going to be in lane 1. Debbie will be in lane 2. Terri Brotz 3, and Derek Mills on 4. Once again, if you're just tuning in, you're watching the International Kettlebell Games 2013 being brought to you by Creation Supplements, as well as CATS, Kettlebell Algorithm Training System, and Homedics. Well, F you, man. I did not cuss. You see that? F. I just used the F.
Judges, Chrissy, Colin, Maureen, Erika. Connor, Denise, we need to replace Nasser, Metzger. Do you want to order, or do you want to back front, or do you want to up front, or do you want to Alan and Billy. Who's my counter? Nasser is right there. Oh, yes. Alan. Alan's your counter. Alan, you're my counter. Where's Billy? As usual. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm back, and once again, we're watching International Kettlebell Games. We just got done with Flight 2, and on Lane 1 Pro, Leroy Johnson just put on a phenomenal performance. He actually put a Turkish get-up clinic on Lane 1, finishing all 6 bells. So literally, you're doing 12 Turkish get-ups in a row, and I don't even care. If you do 12 Turkish get-ups in a row with an 18-pound kettlebell, you're going to feel the pain of that. So let alone when you're continually going up and up and up and up in the ladder, kind of reminiscent of a strongman type competition. Leroy, you look great, man. I mean, did you know you were going to be that fast coming into this, or what?
No, I didn't know, because I hadn't actually done it for time. But when I looked at the clock, I was like, as I was in the middle of my set, I wanted to be sub 150, but I missed it by a little bit, but it's okay.
Yeah, and I knew that, you know, it's funny because my best time ever was 2 minutes flat, and I knew that coming into this that you were going to be like putting up some sub 2 minutes, and I just wanted to be as close to you as possible. But those transitions, especially when you get to the heavier kettlebells, like I was mentioning earlier, for a lighter athlete, it's going to be a little more sticky. But man, I tell you what, you manhandle those kettlebells. Literally, the 35 and the 80 look like they're about the same weight. I am envious.
No, once I came down with it, I thought I was going to have to put it down for a second instead of straight transition my other arm, but it felt really good, really strong, so it went right back up nice and easy.
Right. So now next up, we got the third male pro competing with John Lesko. Not too sure, what he's going to do, but it's going to be highly anticipated, I can tell you that. And he's a phenomenal performer, so whatever it is, it's going to be hotness, I'm sure,
Oh, you have to say so. I mean, he's, ranked number 1 in the country right now?
Yeah.
As far as kettlebell sports, so he's going to put up some phenomenal numbers.
And I have to give kudos to him because a lot of people that are really, really good in kettlebell sport, man, really got a little petrified about showing up and competing in this world, So for him to do that and do very well so far is phenomenal. So my hat's off to him for sure. All right, we are about 20 seconds away from Flight 3. John Lesko, Debbie Surdu, Terri Brotz, and Derek Mills.
10.
Sort of like the quiet before the storm right now.
Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's going to be interesting to see what technique everybody else uses. And as you can see, TJ coming up and getting down pretty quick.
Yeah, he's really fast with his transitions.
Yeah, he's actually really fast. And I think I talked to him, and he said he just started doing Turkish get-ups this week or something crazy like that.
Oh, really?
So watch him come out here and hit a time of like a minute, 2 seconds or something crazy. Make us really feel bad. But he's looking solid. Great technique. Everybody's looking pretty good. I know that in lane 3, Terri Brotz, she has had like this severe shoulder impingement, trap impingement. So this has always been a challenge for her. We try to do a little bit of kinesiology tape on her shoulder, the left shoulder, so you can see, I think, a little bit of that. It looks like it's actually starting to pop off. She's a very strong, powerful woman. But this has been a struggle for her. And I told her not to, as a coach, don't overdo it. Take yourself out of the rest of the events. But you know what? She tends to ignore me a lot.
Debbie. Oh, there we go. Debbie's going up nice and easy with the ball.
Yeah. Debbie's another fantastic competitor, and I tell you what, her mind is always her worst enemy. If she's focused and a little bit angry, man, she's capable of probably even putting up 80s. But she's just got to stay focused, tune everybody out.
Yeah, I've seen her angry face when we've been in training, and she's gotten it done every time. She's a fierce competitor.
Yeah, absolutely. And then all the way in the amateur division over there. Looks like Derek is working on the 70s right now. I'm very impressed with these amateur competitors, man. They're actually throwing these weights up very nicely. Boom. John making fantastic time. He's at about 1:54 right now, and he's on the 70s. He's looking great.
Good.
Breathing. I
Really
tell you
good.
what, yeah,
he's got to keep his breath going.
Yeah, that's the one thing. It's very easy to hold your breath during this, and if you do that, that heart rate is going to shoot through the roof and make everything a little bit less stable. But he's looking fantastic, especially for somebody who hasn't been really practicing the Turkish get-ups. Looks awesome.
Here we go, Debbie on the 44.
TJ's fighting with the 44. She has not been doing those in practice because of her shoulders. But she's looking pretty good right now. She lost it. All right, look at Derek over there throwing up the 80s. I don't know if he's on his right or his left, his second hand. Here we go, and he's working on his,
strong.
Very strong.
Focusing on the bell, good.
Tell you what, that can happen. That can happen. Now, what's important when that happens is not to go right back into it unless you know you can get that rep. If you have time, you want to take a little bit of break. Otherwise, you're just going to repeat the same problem. You'll be too fatigued.
He's going.
Strong, good. Just on grit alone. You see, he's struggling a little bit. He's fighting. And here comes arm advance. Yeah, so one of the things, if you're coaching Turkish get-ups, when I'm coaching it, what happens is a solid grip, unlike if you're doing snatches or jerks at the top where you want to loosen your hand up. In this, a Turkish get-up, you want to grip that bell tight the whole way because it really locks up your forearms, locks up the chain essentially. And as soon as you start loosening that grip, your wrist will start to turn. And if you start turning, then you're gonna have problems. TJ, is out right now, giving up on the 44, but we got Debbie. She still has time. She's been struggling with the 53s a little bit. All right.
There he goes.
And Derek is going for the 80 again. It's getting behind him. Oh, gotta let that go. I've seen too many people tear rotator cuffs by letting that kettlebell go behind him and holding on to it. So if that kettlebell just starts drifting behind you, just let it go. It's not worth it. Debbie's fighting. She's fighting. She's got about a minute to try to accomplish this. That's it. And I tell you, a lot of people when they see people doing videos of Turkish get-ups, oh, that looks really easy. Yeah. I tell you what, if you've never done that, especially with kettlebells, get on the floor and just grab even a 5-pound dumbbell.
Yeah, it's not even the case.
Do that for a few times, and you'll understand just how difficult that is.
Yeah, focus on keeping something in line, stable, overhead while you're trying to move.
Derek is fine. Yeah,
do things functionally is very difficult.
Yeah, it is. He actually hit the rep. Derek actually pulled that off. That was fantastic effort by that young man. Debbie's got about 10 seconds to do this, and that's not going to happen. She's going to run out of time, but I tell you what, A for effort for sure. And time's over.
Nope.
But that's okay.
All right, though.
Another great effort.
Huge effort by everybody in this fight.
So how you feeling after yesterday's performance? Well, obviously in your heat, you didn't look like you were affected whatsoever.
I got a little bit of soreness going on, but it's not affecting me. You got to stretch, BCA up, glutamine up, keep everything nice and loose, and focus on just the next event. We're all athletes here. Little things happen during competition, and we all push forward, push through it, and persevere.
That's right. Right on, man. All right, so once again, your International Kettlebell Games. Leroy, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Next up, I'm going to take a break after this, too, but we got Matt Metzger coming up in lane 1, Trenisha Fuller, Juanita Evans, and Steve Stahl. Yeah, we're not giving out the score right now, though, because it starts slowing us down a bit.
Okay. I don't want it. Somebody else wanted it over.
Yeah, we were trying to, we were actually going to kill it because it was causing missed calls.
What happened with you the first time? What happened with you? Did you make all your lifts?
Yeah, you're on. They just tried to give me no count, but you heard something. You get both warning.
Okay.
So they just forgot.
Okay. All right.
1.
Good. Good.
Good.
Make sure your back hits.
Good.
Good. Good. Good. I'm sorry. Did you catch that? Good. Good. Stay tight. Stay tight. Stay tight. Good. Good.
All right, so as you can see, we are underway with Flight 4
Lock it out.
on 1. Pro-Am is Matt. Very strong in Turkish get-ups.
Thank you, God. Thank you for saying that to me.
Trenisha in 2, also a very, very strong athlete. Pro-Am, ladies division. Then we have Juanita Evans, also very strong performer. Great performances all day yesterday. She's looking really solid. Man, look how fast Steve in 4 is. He's in the amateur division, and he's about to probably set a world record. Look at that. Second arm to 80, boom, up. Holy smokes. Minute 31 seconds. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Come on, Matt. Hold it. Hold it. Good.
All right. Matt's showing that determination on his face right now. What's interesting about Matt is just 3 months ago, he couldn't even do a 70-pound or 32-kilogram Turkish get-up. So he's come a long, long way. Trenisha looking very solid with that 44, very technically sound, very methodical. Juanita with the 53, 24-kilogram kettlebells, looking awesome right now.
Got plenty of time, man.
You can hear the anguish now. These last rounds are tough. They're tough. Remember, everyone has to make it count at this point. When I coach this, I always tell people, don't pick that bell up unless you know for sure you can actually finish and complete the rep. Because if you have any doubt, most likely you're not going to hit it, and literally that could be a 30 to 45 second mishap. And in an event where it's all about time, that could be detrimental. All right, so Matt's now gotten 2 no counts.
Relax. We go 30 seconds off.
He's fighting hard. He's fighting hard. Feet a little unstable, not very sure. Up, nope. Nope. Okay, he has gotten 80s up in practice. So that just goes to show you sometimes it does not matter.
Come on, Juanita.
But in retrospect, after looking at this, when I do coach him, I'd have been like, you know what? Take your time, relax a little bit. You can hear Chrissy off to the side telling him to do that. Make it count. Yeah. So what's happening with him is his wrist is turning, and as your wrist turns, that starts to break the chain. So we are about 30 seconds till completing this set, and Matt is still trying to fight with the 80-pound kettlebell. Trenisha's working on the 53-pound kettlebell, and Juanita is on the 62. Man, I'm very impressed with the amateur competitors. Very, very strong. Good alignments. She's using almost a squat technique. Oh, it's close, and that's probably gonna close it out. We only got about 3 seconds to go. Bam, and that's it. Another wave of great competitors. All right, I'm gonna go grab Steve real quick.
Okay, I'm on the platform. Greg, Maureen, Beth, and Alan. Judges, Percy, Colin, Leroy, and Sandi.
All right, in the next heat, we have Craig Sylvester, the owner of Michigan Kettlebell. Great guy, great coach, great competitor. On 2, we have Maureen Dujardin. 3, we have Beth Bomia. And on 4, we have Alan Agemy. All right, now stepping in the makeshift booth, we have Steve Stahl, man. How you doing?
Good, man.
Dude, I must say, I am pretty sure you just set the world record in the Turkish Delight set. Man, how do you feel about it? You look fantastic.
That feels pretty good, man. That's my favorite exercise.
I can see that, man. I tell you what, I mean, so even prior to learning about the International Kettlebell Games, is this something that you always did?
A little bit, never like kettlebell sport, but more so kettlebell fitness.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're probably pretty happy then when it basically showed up inside of a type of event because you look flipping strong, man.
Yeah, this was one that I was looking forward to.
And I tell you what, that just put a smile on my face because I was basically saying like either the bigger, stronger guys we're going to have a little bit of an advantage in this because literally that 35-pound kettlebell will feel like the 80-pound, you know. So guys like Leroy, they're not going to struggle as you go up the chain, man. But I tell you what, man, after seeing you did that just put a huge smile on my face. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board myself. That was phenomenal. I think your time, what did I say, was 131 or something crazy like
133.
that? Yeah, 133. Yeah. Okay, that was bar none the best performance I've ever seen in the Turkish Delight set. So how you feeling for two hands anyhow? How you feeling for the monster set?
Not sure about either of those. Prior to learning about the games about 5-6 weeks ago, I had no idea what those were.
Well, I'll tell you what, after your performances yesterday and today, man, I have no doubt that you're going to be probably put up some phenomenal numbers in that too. So, I mean, going forward, if anybody was watching this, it's like, man, I really want to get into kettlebell games, but my weakness is the Turkish get. I mean, is there anything that you would tell them that, like, what they should work on to actually improve in that? Or
I mean, that is all technique, and you got to be comfortable with whatever weight you're currently doing. You should be able to get 4 or 5 sets on each side before you be able to go to the next size.
Yeah.
And I'm all about with the Turkish get up. I mean, here in the sport, that's one thing for the games.
Yeah.
But when you're practicing it and just trying to get better at it, your technique's got to be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, I tell you what, I'm glad you stopped by, man. That was an amazing performance, and I'm going to go on a limb and probably say you just set the world record in that. So congrats, man. Good luck in the rest of the day, man.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Once again, that was Steve Stahl. Man, you guys, if you missed that performance, hopefully by Monday or Tuesday, you'll be able to rewatch the complete games up on YouTube at the International Kettlebell Games channel. And if you got a moment, go to YouTube and subscribe to us. Man, we'll be constantly posting up videos, training techniques, things like that throughout the year. All right, so now we're getting ready for 5. Once again, we have Craig Sylvester, Maureen Dujardin, Beth Bomia, and Alan Agemy.
1 minute.
All right, we're about 10 seconds away
4,
from
3, 2,
flight 5. Here we go. Craig looking really, really fast right out the gate. And what's crazy about that is he's so tall, so he has a little bit further to travel. So if you're a taller athlete, you're kind of at a slight disadvantage. But Craig's making it look easy. And he has great shoulder alignment too.
Nice, Greg. Nice transition, Maureen.
All right, so now in the Pro-Am division, ladies, Maureen is now on the 26-pound kettlebell, as well as Beth Bomia.
Good.
Alan is working with his 35. And today is going to be a day that he struggles a little bit because very, very, very tight joints. And so as somebody who works with him, you know, that was been my biggest challenge coming forward. He is a die-hard competitor, never say die type of mentality. But his limitation is his mobility. So that's going to be something, you know, going forward that he's going to be working on a lot. So the best he's ever done is a 20-kilogram kettlebell, and he's starting to work on that right now. Let's see if he has an epic day. But Beth right now is in operating the 16 kilograms. And we've got Maureen on the 20 kilograms or 44-pound kettlebells. Craig doing pretty dang good here. He's working on the 62s. Strong, very good. And now he's approaching the 32-kilogram kettlebell, the 70-pounder. Very strong, very strong. He is a very strong guy. And Maureen looking very, very strong. She wasn't sure if she was going to be able to compete in these games because she's been plagued with a couple injuries, a little back thing going on, some shoulder things going on. And she's been struggling with the 44s in practice, but look at that. She's already blown past those and is working on the 24 kilogram, the 53s. So kudos to Maureen for that. Now, Beth next to her in the amateur division, she's actually gotten a 62 up in practice. So let's see what happens to her today. All right, we're about halfway into this. Plenty of time left. Craig, very, very strong. And Beth, into the 44. Craig knocks it out in under 3 minutes. About 2:40. All right. So Maureen is really trying to work with that 53-pounder right now, 24 kilogram. All three of the athletes right now are on the 53. Alan has never been here before, so for him to get to this point, that is awesome. I'm just going to tell you, I'm very proud of him. Look at this. This will be a PR for him if he can get this up and lock it out. Strong. Once again, Alan is 58 years old. I'm telling you, this competition is drawn all shapes, all sizes, doesn't matter. All these competitors love competition, very sportsmanlike. Yeah, I'm very, very proud. That's a big, big, big deal for Alan right there. PR, I love seeing that. All right, Maureen is still working on the 53s, but she has not done this in practice because of her arms. So here we go. Beth being very strong, great alignment, looking very strong. Can she push off? Nice. Beth is looking fantastic. Now can she go ahead and secure this rep? Down nice and easy. Yes, and she hits it. Maureen's getting down. 53-pounder, very nice. Okay, so now she has to hit it with her right before she can move on to the 62-pounder. She's got about 30 seconds to do this. And this is, she actually has the impingement in her right shoulder, but you have to push off that elbow, and that also is going to cause that to flare up a little bit. I mean, you have to be pretty solid throughout your entire chain to pull off a really good fast Turkish get-up.
Come on, Maureen, get it.
All right. fantastic set. Great performances.
Hey, Chrissy.
Billy, do me a favor, grab Alan.
Because you weren't even down.
Alan. All right, stepping in the booth for me right now is Alan Agemy. I'm telling you, this young man, 58 years old, not afraid to throw that out there. You know, he often says he's 29. I believe it. He definitely is in heart, that's for sure. And so I was telling him, I was commentating as we were going through and saying that in practice, me working with you, the best you've ever done is a 44, and that was hit or miss. The day I look over there and you put up a 53. That
Yes,
was
I did.
phenomenal, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
How do you feel about that?
I feel fantastic. I wanted to get both sides, but I got the right side up.
Yeah, but that's a PR, man. And for those of you who don't know PR, that's personal record. Yep.
I was happy for that. Very happy.
So how's training been leading up to this? And be careful, I'm your trainer. I'm sitting right here. So if you say it's anything other than fantastic, I'm gonna take you out.
Honestly, if it wasn't for you, and I'm not saying it because you're sitting here, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And it's only been 6 weeks.
Yeah, no, that's
6
very
weeks.
kind. That's I actually was talking about that yesterday. How when I suggested that you jump in this bad boy, you know, and it's somebody who's brand new to the kettlebell world in general, and you went from being able to not even be able to double jerk the 20 kilograms of 44-pound kettlebells even one time like a month ago, and then now here you are yesterday putting up 33 reps yesterday?
Yes.
33 reps. Phenomenal. So, I mean, what do you want to say to people out there who try to use age as a crutch? What would you say? I know what I would say to them, but what would you say to them?
I tell everybody I'm 29, and I actually believe that, but age has nothing to do with it.
Right on. Right on.
As long as you have the willpower, go for it. Try it. It's not going to hurt.
Right on. So now going forward into the day, I know your most challenging event is going to be the two hands anyhow.
True.
Because of the mobility, and I talked about that earlier on the air. So I mean, going into that, I mean, what's gonna be your strategy? I mean, do you have any, knowing that up to this point you haven't been able to complete a rep?
Stretching out as much as possible beforehand.
Yeah,
Right. That's the only thing that's going to help me.
Right, and I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna see some people as we move into the two hands anyhow make it look really, really easy and been done with it in like under a minute. And then you're gonna see some people that are gonna actually take almost the whole 5 minutes and maybe not even complete the set. This is one of those exercises on a scale from 1 to 5 can be a level 5 difficulty depending on your alignment. It is not easy, but if you have fantastic alignment and strength, then you're going to excel in this particular exercise. So now in this fight coming up right now, we have Rock Cox, we have Sandi Franka. And I tell you, Rock in the Pro-Am division yesterday, did you get a chance to watch him yesterday, Alan?
No.
Very dominant. If anyone here right now can challenge that young man, Steve Stahl, who just actually to this point has set the world record in the Turkish Delight with 1 minute 31 seconds, light weights, and that was, I believe he's lightweight amateur division. It's going to be Rock. Rock is built for this. He's solid. He's strong. He's a very, very focused competitor. Great guy too. I'm very intrigued to see what he's going to do in this. And it looks like he's probably going to start off with his left hand because he's got the bell set up on the left side first. But yeah, solid competitor. We're about a minute out right now. So what do you think?
I have to tell you, everybody here, it's amazing. Honest to God, they're just amazing people. Some of these women that are putting up these bells, 44s, 56s.
Yeah.
60.
Yeah, the 53s they would.
Yeah, the 53s and the
62s.
62s.
Yeah.
Honest to God, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Literally amazing.
We talk about that all the time, right? Because
it's unbelievable.
there's so many guys I know. The average guy couldn't pick those kettlebells up, and I don't care what size you were.
And these girls, I got to tell you, they inspire me.
Yeah.
They give me motivation, and these girls help me out so much. It's great to have them around.
You guys are all inspirational, man. I tell you. I love my job. People still telling jokes, having a good time, still very lighthearted, even though once you get inside that set, it's all business, you know?
Nope. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we
And
go.
here we go.
Goes.
All right, let's see if Rock can beat 131 or 133. Steve put up.
Nice job, Sandy. It's beautiful. Nice transitions, guys.
Rock is very, very, very methodical. And Sandi, Franka next to him. Brand new to any type of competition of any sort. And I tell you, I talked about this yesterday, man. She fought me all along this way to try. I was convincing her every day, you got to do this competition. You got to stay in it. You know, come outside your shell. Because she is so competitive, but when it comes to being on the stage with all eyes on her, very not comfortable with that at all. So kudos to her for doing this because it's not easy.
Doing great, Sandy.
I have to tell you, Rock is doing extremely well, especially in his transition. He's not wasting any time at all.
Yeah, he looks very, very solid. Great physique, and but I tell you, in comparison to Steve Stahl, by the side by side right now, Steve has been already on the 80s. That's just letting you know how awesome of a performance that was by Steve. Not taking anything away from Rock because I'm sure he's going to complete this, and he is a very strong man. All right, so now Sandi's approaching the bells that she has never done before. So it's going to be a fight and a battle for her every time, every rep. The launch, good. Determination on her face. And if you look at Rock, game face the whole time, you know what I mean? You don't see pain, you don't see anything. Breathing, you can hear him breathing nonstop. And once again, like I said, breathing during this is very, very, very important.
It's crucial. It's very key.
Come on, Sandy.
Rock is going through this quite fast.
So once again, if you're just tuning in, you're watching International Kettlebell Games 2013, and we are watching the Turkish Delight set, which is basically the Turkish getup. It's a race through 6 kettlebells, 6 kettlebells. You have to hit each one, starting with the lightest to heaviest with the right and left hand before you can actually progress to the heavier bells. Rock still should be able to get sub 3 in this. He's looking very, very strong. And Sandi is now approaching the heaviest bell she's ever done, so let's see if she can pull this off. I have the utmost faith in her. Die-hard competitor.
Lay down. Stay tight. Stay tight. Stay tight. Good.
You know, I have the feeling when you look at Rock, he probably could do this all the way through 106s. He might not be the fastest, but he looks unaffected.
I'd have to agree with you.
Yeah.
I would definitely have to agree with you.
And going forward, you know, we might do that. You know, it's that's definitely something on the table. Rock gets a clean set all the way through.
Excellent. There she goes.
Come on, Sandi.
Come on. Get up there. Get up. 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 Oh.
That's okay. That's okay.
She got a lot of time left. She got a lot of time. A lot of time.
2 minutes left. So if she's smart, she's going to recover, maybe take about 20 seconds, shake it off, recover fully, because she is at a PR attempt with this bell.
Garrin, I am going to go and stretch out and get ready for my worst event.
I don't blame you. I got to release the
2 hands
microphone in a
anyhow.
second, too, to actually do the same thing. That is that out of all the events, that's probably probably my nemesis event, too. I'll tell you, those double 53s, trying to curl those things off the floor and maintain overhead is very, very difficult. But yeah, I hear you, man. Alan, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, I appreciate
All right,
it.
good luck
Thank
in the
you.
next round, man. All right, Sandi is fighting very, very hard.
Stand up.
Yeah, she gets up. Now, that's only 50% of the reps. She's got to maintain this. She's got to fight hard. She's got to lock it out. Keep it locked. She's got to fight, and she's fighting hard. She's fighting hard, and she makes it. That was awesome. All right, so she has about 20 seconds to try to pull this off. Like I said, in a perfect world, you can get up and down within 7 seconds. But at this point, we're already approaching, so no, she's not going to make this. But A for effort for sure. All right, so now we have just ended Flight 6. We got Flight 7 coming up next. The last flight in the Turkish Delight. And that's, we have Billy Jackson on 1, Brian Rose on 2, Nasser 3, and Denise Hanna on 4. All 4 amateur competitors. All 4 top-notch amateur competitors. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Thank you. Not fast enough, though, man. Did you see that guy over there? A minute 31 seconds? That was hotness, man. That was hotness. I love seeing that.
You were still, you got the green card thing going.
You guys ready for next year? I'm telling you, it's time to start training now. You know what I mean? Don't be looking at me with those eyeballs sideways.
Did you get Maureen's attention like that? Are you judging?
When you get done, I'll have you take over here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll stand by that. Okay. I'll stand by that. Yeah. So, so we're about a minute and a half away from Flight 7, the final flight in the Turkish Delight, or AKA Turkish Get Up race. In row 1, we're going to have Billy, then we got Brian Rose, then I've got Nasser, Beydoun, and then we got Denise Hanna. Now, graciously gracing us with her presence in the booth is pro competitor, racing for the title of dominant female, Erika Crawford. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Hello.
Yeah, you look fantastic in your Turkish getup. Now,
Thanks.
Were you able to get up the 28 kilogram at all?
I was able to stand up, but I couldn't go down with it.
You couldn't lock it out.
I couldn't lock it out down.
Well, I tell you what, you look very, very solid through the 24s for sure. And then everybody was being very epic on their last bell, so I couldn't tell who was hitting what rep on the last one. Plus, I was running my mouth like crazy. But maybe explain to people, how difficult is that to go from lightest to heavier? Because even beforehand, there were some people, Garrin, can we change the order and go from heaviest to lightest? I'm like, no, that'd be too easy.
Right.
No, but maybe explain to some of the ladies out there, and just people in general who are looking at this right now and going, oh, that looks like that's pretty easy. I'm gonna tell you, that's 62 pounds that she was trying to manipulate, and like I was telling you earlier, 90% of the guys I know can't do that. Can't do that. So what, and even in your technique, so explain the technique that you like using and how did you prep for this?
Well, my technique for the Turkish get up is not like most people's technique for the Turkish get up. When I stand up, I get up and I get on both of my knees. And then I stand up from a knee position. And then I lock out. And then as I'm going down, I do the same thing. I go down on one knee, go down on the other knee, and then lay back with my kettlebell.
Right, and that's totally legit. Like I was explaining earlier, the major thing is, you know, as long as your arm is locked out, stand all the way up, lock the body out top, and then come down, let the upper back hit before you drop the bell. It's a legal rep. So however you do that, it's okay. So Erika has a very specific style that she is comfortable with, and she's really, really strong at that. So, you know, leading up to this, I mean, how did you train for this? It was Turkish get-ups, and I know the answer to this, but the world out there doesn't know the answer to this. So, like, how often were you doing Turkish get-ups, and is this one of your weaker events, or would you say this is one of your stronger events?
Turkish get-ups, I was doing at least 3 times a week, not by choice, but by training. And I wouldn't say this was my weakest event, but it's definitely one of my hardest events to go from the lightest bells to the heaviest bells to try to get up and down in a timed manner.
Right.
So, yes.
Well, right now, if we look out here right now, we got Billy in one. I mean, all these guys are really fast. In lane 2, we got Brian Rose. We're at 1:22, and he is
Come on, Brian.
working the second
You're right there.
arm right now. He can go. It look like he is contentious to go sub 2. Billy is also working really, really hard. Very brute strong type athlete. Nasser, his best kettlebell. He's actually done 62 in practice, but right now he's struggling big time with the 53. And all the way in lane 4, we have Denise right now working on a 35, and that's the best she's ever done.
And she looks great.
She looks fantastic. So let's see if she can actually get in the PR, hit a 44-pound or 20-kilogram belt. Boom. All right. So Billy, I know, is trying to move up in the ranks in the. And as that wrist starts turning over, if you look at Billy, the chain breaks. It's very hard to bring that back. So he's very smart. Instead of like fighting it, he actually came back down to reset himself. So also we got Brian over here that's actually working on the 80-pound kettlebell. Nasser's on the 53, still struggling. Now, if you look at Nasser, who is in 3, green kettlebell, you see how his wrist like that right now is an extension? That makes it very, very difficult. It breaks the chain. That's something I was trying to work with him in practice on, was keeping your wrist flexed as opposed to extended. You want that wrist as neutral as possible, but to do that, you got to lock in that grip, unlike other overhead events where you can loosen that grip up, and actually over gripping can be a hindrance, aka ripping. Did you rip at all yesterday?
Yes, I ripped on both my hands.
But you weren't the only one that ripped. Other people ripped.
Don't touch the belt. Don't touch the belt.
But ripping does suck, doesn't it?
Yes, it does suck.
We got a minute. You got plenty of time, Brian.
All right, and Billy's fighting. And he lost it. Billy is right now not focusing and is just trying to muscle this around. And I tell you, muscling a Turkish get-up can only get you so far. But he's got grit. But see that herky-jerky might cost him. Strong joints. He held it. Now he's got one to go. He's got to post this up. People are really fighting right now.
Strong. You got this. All the way down. All the way down.
Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough. Billy is fighting hard, and whoa. I tell you, I said it yesterday, for what Billy lacks in technique, he definitely makes up for in brute strength, that's for sure.
Yes.
Even in the powerlifting world, he's a very, very strong athlete. All right, so we are about 30 seconds away, and Nasser, who in practice has been able to basically throw this 53 up, is struggling big time. And he gets a legal rep. All right. Brian trying to make it happen.
Come on,
He's fighting.
Brian, you
He's
got
fighting.
it.
He's fighting.
Get it.
Man, look at that. Great fight. Great fight. finding out 2-1. That's going to be the end of the set. All right. Erika, you want to say hi to anybody out there? No. Nobody? Well, I tell you what, good luck in the rest of your sets today. I know we got 2 more.